Here in Sea Caucus, I bring you an exclusive interview with the Speaker of the New Jersey State Assembly, Vincent Prieto. During my sit-down with the Speaker, we discussed his proposal about an increase in the gas tax, and ultimately, one that hasn't been increased in over 20 years. Mr. Speaker, we appreciate a few minutes here. Just to let our viewers know sort of an update. I know that last month you had gone on record about, exploring an increase in the gas tax here in the state of New Jersey. Right. I know it hasn't been increased in almost 20 years. It's actually the third lowest in the country. But a lot of taxpayers are concerned. A lot of taxpayers have reached out to me expressing their concerns about this. You know, the cost of living in New Jersey continues to rise. It's expensive to live here. People are moving out in droves. Property taxes are still very high. Car insurance is very high. The gas tax is one of the last few things that are sort of still convenient for taxpayers. So why is that being explored by you?
Well, the reality of it is that we have to have an honest conversation about how we're going to be able to fund road infrastructure projects. And when the people that call you and talk about taxes that they're high, we have the third lowest in the nation of gas tax. Why do we want to raise that as an additional tax, an additional burden? What I would say to them, we need to educate them first and explain to them. Right now what we're doing is we've been borrowing money to do this infrastructure. This year there's supposed to be between 500 million and 700 million in the budget for pay-as-you-go. That's what Governor Christie had proposed. That money's not there at this point in time. So what we've been doing every year is we're borrowing. So when we borrow this money, what happens is we're taxing, but we're taxing people down the road for our children, our grandchildren. So it's a long-term tax that we would be able to sustain it if you do it today. Now, when we talk about raising the gas tax, if you talked even 10 cents, and I'm not saying raising it 10 cents in one shot, it could be implemented over a certain period of time, but 10 cents would be, for somebody that drives 1,000 miles a month, that would be about $5 what they would be spending. And if you take the road infrastructure that we have today and you see with this bad winter we have, it's sort of the poster child for what needs to be done. There's no highway, no road or any street that you pass through that you see potholes. It has to come from somewhere. So you need to fix these roads. The road infrastructure, if you invest in it, we get matching federal funds also. But if we invest in it, your travel time will be quicker. There'll be less jams. With cars being more efficient today, you're saving money. And the last thing I would say about the tax on gas would be we are a corridor state. That means about a third of the gas bought in this state is from out of state. So a good chunk of it would be from out of state people that would only help our residents. When we raise tolls and it's on a select universe that it only affects certain people, gas tax, it'd be the whole state. So it'd be something that would be uniform across the whole board.
Mr. Speaker, based on that, though, and in terms of this suggestion and sort of proposal you've been putting forth out there for the record, what has been sort of the feedback from your colleagues in the legislature, both on the Republican and with your Democrat colleagues?
Interesting. I think people are starting to see the dialogue on the Democratic side, but the most interesting aspect, I've had colleagues on the Republican side call me and they tell me that they think it's the right thing, it's the right time. I even had an offer from one of the Republicans that they would be willing to co-sponsor a bill. So now, obviously, I know the governor has said that this is not something he's open to, but again, our obligations every year are rising. We have pension payments that we all signed up for to make sure the pensions are there for these employees. We have to make those payments, and so we need recurring revenues so we can keep funding the projects that the state needs. And transportation, it's a huge thing that we need to do, because that creates jobs. It puts back the people in labor to work, and that could be something that could jumpstart this economy for us.
Now, Mr. Speaker, when we look at this proposal, some taxpayers would argue that it doesn't seem much more advantageous to maybe look at, in terms of the budget, where you can cut spending somewhere else in New Jersey. Maybe that's burning the taxpayer, and then based on that, you can take that money and maybe hopefully fix the roads. So is that an avenue that you're looking to explore at all?
I tell you, if you look at our budget and you look at this administration, that is a Republican administration that would tell you that relies on smaller government. In the last 4 years, there hasn't been anything that has been cut anywhere. We need to look at cuts. But this budget rose from $32.5 billion last year to $34.4 billion this year. This is not something that you're going to cut your way out of. You can look to see how you become more efficient, more streamlined, and do make cuts, and I'm all for it. We got to look to see if there's overlapping services from different departments that we could do, and we could do that alone. But just to cut your way out of it, it's not going to be feasible. I'm going to tell you that right now, because if not, the governor himself would have came up with some measures in these last 4 years.
Thank you so much for watching. For more programming, please go to HudsonCountyTV.com. I'm Fernando Uribe, coming to you from Sea Caucus. And as always, stay classy, everyone.